Hey folks, this is ioEther and we're back with some more World of Tanks. As you can see, this is Alex the Assassin. He is in his 110. This is a tier 10 game on Melanovka. This is an encounter version of the map as well. So Alex in his email said this is the very first game he's ever had in his 110. So if it's not completely stock, it's got to be pretty close. I don't know if he free XP'd or anything. He didn't actually say. I know that's gun sights. No, that's the gun sights. What is that? Oh, it's a machine gun or something for it, right? Maybe. It looks like a hole caused by a shell already, but obviously he hasn't been actually shot yet. Anyway, so we're gonna speed this up a little bit because it's gonna take some time to get into it. Yes, this is the second time I recorded it because the first time I messed up. Anyway, so before we get into the game, as always, if you think this deserves the MVP for the week, then please do hit that like button. The MVP is the most valuable hero of the week, as voted on by the community, obviously by hitting the like button. If you like this kind of content, then please feel free to subscribe and hit the little notifications bell so you actually get my content instead of YouTube being YouTube. And in all things, thank the Patreons, who are amazing, by the way. I have some great Patrons. And if you'd like to join them, I really appreciate that. There's a link in the description, and for as little as $1, that would be amazing. $1 a month, by the way. Unfortunately, that first shell seems to have missed. Probably because you were auto-aiming. Stop auto-aiming. You're better than that. Seriously? I just said stop auto-aiming. So, obviously, he auto-aims, he fires, and he hits the Hawk instead of the STRV. And then somehow he bounces the next shell. I don't know how that bounced. But apparently, he's been lit. I'm guessing by the T69 or the T54. Either way, the SDRV is definitely... No, wait. Oh yeah, now we're lit. Okay. So I guess we weren't actually lit before until the T69 actually came out into the open field. And then for some reason just starts reversing. I don't know how I feel about him sitting out in the open. I think that was a really bad plan. Nobody punished him, so that's great, but I wouldn't sit out in the open unless you absolutely have to, and he definitely didn't have to right there. I'm guessing that was a shot from the T-54 as he starts knocking down trees, and we light up the Hawk. No, that's not the Hawk. That's an RU-251, which he auto-aims onto. Stop auto-aiming. You don't need to. Your shots will be more accurate if you stop it. Auto-aiming, by the way, is amazing if you're moving. Like if you're running away or running at somebody or running, in a circle around somebody and you just need your gun to be on target. Auto-aiming is amazing that way. Auto-aim is horrible if you're stationary and your target is moving. As a general rule, unless you're like circling your target or running away from your target, don't auto-aim. It's just going to throw your aim off. It aims for the middle of the target, which means most of the time the part with the most armor. Alex seems to always do this. He's a really good player, but he seems to just, he can't get out of his head about the auto-aim. Stop using auto-aim. I do actually have a friend who's completely unbound the key, and has started doing better now than he did before. I don't recommend you go that far, but cut down on your use of auto aim, and your stats will actually rise. Eventually, it takes a bit. Okay, so look, an ISU sitting out in the open. I wonder if he's been there the entire time and just didn't punish us for some reason. We also see the Hawk, who was hiding in a bush and now is... Oh, we didn't get to shoot him. That's unfortunate. So there's a KV-4 somewhere nearby and a T-54. T-54 we know for certain is nearby. The KB-4 really could be anywhere. I don't know when the last time we saw him was. It could have been a while ago. Keep in mind, as much as Alex has been firing a lot of heat. Good word. Sorry. As much as Alex has been firing a lot of heat, it's perfectly fine when you're bottom tier to be firing a little bit of heat. Also, he's got the worst gun on this tank. He does not have the top gun. So, like, that's another thing that's going to boost his need to fire some gold. However, that all being said, just because you're bottom tier and you're the worst gun doesn't mean you need to be firing gold. It does help make things a lot smoother, though. So the T-54 manages to evade us a little bit, and then we unfortunately dumped the second shot into his tracks most likely, considering it's still heat, and I don't think we were likely to bounce that shot from that angle. But that shot went through as he bounces off us, which is nice. Was I in fixed camera there? I was. Okay, weird. I thought for a second I'd transferred to free camera. Nope. Ooh, nice shot on the back, taking out the track of the T-54 and just like holding him in spot, and he gets absolutely taken down by our round shell. Unfortunately, then the cut shot against the KB-4 just goes flying off into nowhere. So he is in fact going to walk up to the KB-4. He's going to fire on the move, and that one connected, thankfully. Though if he does hit this like the actual tracks of that KB-4, this heat shell isn't going to do anything. So he does need to be very careful to avoid hitting the tracks. Oh look, the Hawk is over there. It seems to be what's it doing? Moving towards us. Moving towards us quite fast. And got shot. Where's he going? Really? Why? Why would you do this? I'm gonna assume that the Hawk missed and he was trying to come in behind him. But I don't, because nothing else makes sense. Okay, well at least the KB-4 didn't capitalize on that. Though the KB-4 is trying to capitalize right now. And he's coming around the corner and he gets hit by the Mod 1. So without that Mod 1 hitting him right there, I assume it was the Mod 1. It hit him. Nothing else is within range that could have done that damage. So I'm going to say the Mod 1 hit him, and then just before Alex turned the corner, he managed to fire back over his shoulder and kill KB-4. I'm sorry for the yawning. That's awesome. Great game, sir. I love the ending. It was pretty epic. 5k damage the first time you take a tank out. You're going to love that tank for the rest of your time playing it. Whether or not it's a horrible tank. That's just the way the psychology works. We're going to jump over and see his battle results now. All that, so his first game out, he manages an ace tanker. Handed guy, bruiser, duelist, fire for effect, high caliber, and the top gun. You know, being bomb tier in a area and still managing to pull out a high caliber takes some skills, and he obviously has it. We got second most damage on the team in a tier 10 game, mind you. Only being just barely behind the E5 there. We got nowhere near his experience points. Well done. This was a great game. Wow. Just well done overall. Especially when you got to consider the first game and everything. So, yeah. Thank you all for watching. Please do hit that like button if you think this deserves an MVP. Please subscribe if you want to see more of this. And all things, thank the patrons who are amazing. And we'll see you all next time. This is ioEther out.